Welcome to this lecture 8, where we're going to talk about adjectives. This is primarily focused on the A1 level this course, but since adjective is quite, it's good to mention all of the different elements in it, so I will also use some A2 level of adjectives. But first, in Norwegian, as we had before, we have three genders: male, female, and neutral in Norwegian, and you have to conjugate the adjective based on the gender of the noun. So this is adjective in the base form, and you would use this base form for all male and female gender. So en bil, a car, it's male. So the adjective pen, pretty. En pen bil. En dyr stol. En stol, it's male. So dyr, the base form. En varm genser. En kald dag. En god kopp. Here we have some, as you mentioned with the nouns, all female nouns can also be used as male. That's why I put also male here, but most people would use this as female, but still the adjective, it's the same. It doesn't matter if it's male or female, the adjective stays in the same form. So ei ny skjorte, ei blå hylle, en or a, of course, of all of them, ei gammel bok, ei grønn flaske. And then the third group, the reason we are separated in third group, you will notice later when we get to neutral. And the third group, the same, en or ei billig jakke, ei rolig rose. Yeah, of course, the phrases don't make much sense, but that's not the point here. It's just the grammar part. So if we look then at the neutral one, here you see here you have a neutral noun, at bilde. Bilde, it's neutral, at bilde. And in neutral, the rule is you add a T to the adjective. At pent bilde. At dyrt spill. At varmt hus. At kaldt skap. At godt bord. I can just god, godt, gode. Gode, it's the plural form, so god, godt, gode. Just remember the pronunciation is a bit, the U changes from god, godt, gode in this when you conjugate it. So at godt bord. In this group, you see it's a bit odd. In some adjectives, you get a double T. So at nytt lager, at blått tak, at gammelt og at voksent menneske, at grønt teppe. Some, if the adjective ends in double consonant, particularly, here you see grønt becomes from grønn. I removed one of the N, and then in plural, which we will see on the next page. Billig, IG, there's no T. So at billig sted, at rolig dyr. So this stays the same, just like in male and female. So the standard rule is T. You add the T in neutral, but there are some exceptions. And particularly where there's some adjectives but you don't add the T. Plural. Mange means many. Noen means some. Et par, a couple. So it could be a couple like two, or a couple, a few. So, mange pene biler, many pretty cars. Or noen dyre stoler, some expensive chairs. Et par varme skjorter, a couple of warm shirts. You can start again from the beginning. Mange kalde hyller, many cold shelves. Noen gode dager, some good days. Et par nye bilder, a couple of new pictures. Blå kopper, blue cups. Here, this is plural form. If you remember, the base form was gammel and voksen. Oops. Sorry about that. EL, EN very often have changes in plural, so gamle or voksne. You see the EN, you don't just add an E, the L and the E actually changes place, the N and the E changes place. There are not too many of these, but just when you recognize them, just try to memorize, and then this is the rule. This is the reason, it's because of the EL. But as there are not so many, just remember when you see them. Grønne, yeah, this was odd one in neutral, but in plural, just add an E. The same with these. Noen billige lamper, some cheap lamps. Mange rolige personer, many calm people or persons. Yeah, these were odd one in neutral, but in plural you just add the E like it's supposed to be. So, unlike English, but like in many other languages, you have to conjugate the adjectives based on the gender of the noun. Yeah, you find the task pamphlet in the website where you can train, or hopefully you have a proper grammar book. You can train the adjectives. Here we will just mention adverbs. This, yeah, it is not much to mention about this. So adjective describes an object. Adverbs can describe an action. So the ending of the adverbs will be as in neutral with a T. So, a few examples. Han langsom. He is slow. Yeah, it can has the same meaning as in English, a double meaning. Han kjører langsomt. So this is not here slow, referring to him. He is slow. But here it is referring to how he drives. It's an adverb with the T. He drives slowly. Slow, slowly. Han god. He is good. Kaffen smaker godt. You remember the god, godt. So here, god, it's or good, relates to how it tastes. It's an adverb, so it's godt. Yeah, there is not much tasks in this, but again, when you read and you see, here it is a male, but here it is a T. If that's confusing, it's probably because there is an adverb. It's an adverb. Yeah. That was basically what you need to know in A1 level of adjectives, basic. So I think for now, if this was all new to you, I don't think you should focus too much of this next part. You can look it through, but just remember it for later, and then just jump to the text. For those of you who are somewhat familiar with what I already mentioned. I mentioned this part also because I like to have all adjectives in one video instead of adding several videos about this, and it's good to have an overview of all the adjectives levels. So in Norwegian, here we also have something that's called the definite form of the adjective, and the definite form of the adjective is used in singular, and it has, just like in plural, it has an E at the end. So the easiest way, a definite adjective, actually it's the adjective that kind of defined which object we're talking about. But I think you can also just remember it of the forms it is, because in Norwegian, in different forms, there is some differences to how we conjugate the noun. So if you have the or that plus the adjective plus noun, you will always have it like this. Den gule, the yellow car, that yellow car. Then gule, I, indefinite form of the adjective, and then you use the noun in the definite form also. Den hvite flaska, the white bottle, I, singular adjective, but definite form, flaska, the bottle. Det nye huset, the new house. De pene jentene, they're pretty girls. So I can here, if you were to say that car, you would still say den bilen. So even without the adjective, it will still be definite form here. It's best. Here the same, de jentene, when you use those girls, it's best to use the definite form of the girls. Here, this is just a regular plural of the adjective. So what? So yeah. So this I wouldn't think of as a definite form. Just think of definite form as singular, where you add the E in this form. And you have to conjugate the noun in the definite form, but that's related to this one is before. Because as we see now in the next examples, genitive, it's a different form. Ulla's yellow car, my new bottle, her red house, your old cats. Genitive, definite adjective, noun in indefinite form. But that's because if you had Ulla's car without the yellow, you would still have genitive, Ulla's with the S, and then car, bil in indefinite form. And you follow the same structure here, but except here it is with an adjective, and then you use Ulla's skolebil. You don't talk about a yellow car, but the definite car of Ulla. So Ulla's skolebil, definite form, I. Min nye flaske, possessive pronoun my new bottle, definite form of the I. Hennes røde hus, again with the I. Your old cats, yeah. Dine gamle katter, this is just regular plural. So, your old cats. Again, you just notice the noun here. Follow the same form it would have had if there was no adjective. But the adjective in this version have to be in definite form. This adjective form is a bit even, is something completely different again, so I'm just going through all the way. This is comparative. If you're going to have a comparative of adjectives, prettier, warmer, faster, you add ERE in Norwegian. The fastest, prettiest, est for superlative. Adjectives ending in som and li will get st in superlative instead of est. So, the forms are dyr, expensive, dyrere, more expensive, typo, most expensive, dyrest, pen, penere, penest, same, treg, tregere, tregest, ny, nyere, nyest. We have some irregular. I think I would try to remember these because they are very common. Så liten, mindre, minst, stor, større, størst, mye, mer, mest, mange, flere, flest. Be particularly aware of these because this is very common to make mistakes, particularly this mer, flere. In English, much, more, most, many, more, most, you don't conjugate in comparative. In Norwegian, we conjugate based on whether it's countable, mange, or whether it's uncountable, mer. So, have some examples of comparative. Din bil dyrere enn min. So, dyr, dyrere, dyrest. It follows the regular form. And then equals enn. So, otherwise, it's the same as in English. Ole mer glad I sjokolade enn I kake. Ole is more, mer, fond of chocolate than cake. Yeah. And then, more, mer. And then when you don't have equally, so din bil like dyr som min. When you use the comparative, and it would be as. In English, the equivalent in Norwegian, it's som. Also the superlative form takes the same structure as in English. Han høyest. He is tallest. Den gule bilen dyrest. The yellow car is most expensive. And then we can mention definite form from the previous version. You remember you had to add an E. In superlative, the one prettiest, warmest, fastest, etc. It's very often in the definite form because you're talking about the fastest. So he is the best runner. The plus adjective plus noun. And then you use the it's a regular god, bedre, best, but then because you have the and then the adjective and then the noun, you follow the same as in definite form, which is very common in superlative. You will never find it in comparative, just in superlative, where it's the best runner. You will have to have the E. Yeah, just to make clear, if you were to just say the regular phrase, he is the best, he is best. Yeah, it's regular form, but because you have this form, it will be the definite form. Okay, so let's start with the text. Erik skal til kjøpesenteret for å kjøpe fersk mat og nye klær. Han går først til frukthandleren. Der kjøper han store grønne epler, lokale poteter som dyrket lokalt. Dessuten kjøper han ferske jordbær. Det dyrt å kjøpe frukt og grønnsaker I Norge. Erik is going to the shopping center in order to buy fresh food and new clothes. Klær, it's plural for clothes, so you have the E. first goes to the fruit merchant. There he buys big, plural, apples, big green apples, plural I, apples. Lokale poteter, it's plural, so lokal, adjective but with an I, which is grown locally. Grown, verb, locally, adverb with a T. Furthermore, he buys fresh strawberry. Ferske, because it's plural. If he had just bought one strawberry, dessuten kjøper han et ferskt jordbær. It is expensive to buy fruit and vegetables in Norway. Next one. Etter han kjøper frukt, går han i butikken og kjøper klær. Han ser etter noen billige gensere og varme jakker for vinteren. Han finner noen pene gensere, men de er veldig dyre. Han finner en genser som er billigere enn de andre. Han kjøper den. After he buys fruit. Then you have a verb inversion. He goes to the store and buys clothes. He looks for or looks after some cheap, billige, plural, gensere, sweaters, og varme jakker. Jakker, it's plural, varme, it's warm for the winter. If you wonder about this one, it's because it is the irregular masculine nouns where it ends in ER in the singular indefinite. Then it becomes irregular in plural. Så han finner noen pene gensere. He finds some pretty sweaters, but they are, plural, very, plural form, very expensive, plural. He finds a sweater which always, which or who is some, is cheaper, billigere, billigst, so comparative, than the other ones, those other. He buys it, or he buys that. Han bruker lang tid på å se etter en jakke som han liker. Etter han ser i alle vinduene, bestemmer han seg for å ikke kjøpe en ny jakke. Han har flere gamle jakker hjemme som fortsatt er gode nok. Han kan bruke noen av dem i 1 år til. Han kjører den lange veien hjem, og er glad når han er hjemme 30 minutter senere. He spends a long time on watching or looking for a jacket which he likes. After he looks in all the windows, he decides, so verb inversion, after something, and then in verb inversion, he decides å bestemme seg, it's a reflexive. Å bestemme, it's to decide, men å bestemme seg, it's to reflexive, to make up your mind. Bestemme seg for something. Here, for å ikke kjøpe, to not buy a new jacket. I can just quickly mention, I use often something that's called the split infinitive, but many do not like this. They claim you're supposed to write it for, and then you get ikke og kjøpe. Yeah. Many are very strict in this, so if you, as a foreigner, maybe it might be better to, you can also have ikke in front of the infinitive, and preferably instead of having between or and kjøpe. Personally, I prefer this one, so I do it, but yeah. But that was not a part of this this text. Han har flere, mange flere, flest, more old jackets hjemme, at home, which still are good. Plural, enough. He can use some of those for 1 more year. One. He drives the long road home. En vei, it's a road here. The long, it's definite form. And he's happy when he's home 30 minutes later. Yeah, so I hope the adjectives was then clear. Of course, adjective is good if you have some tasks, and then work at those as much as possible to get them, to get it into your system. Of course, it is easier if you have some familiarity with Latin languages, which is where adjective is much the same, at least in the first part where it is not definite form. So thank you, and see you in the last of the A1 lecture, lecture 9.